I'm Naya, Genius Love Respect, and this is Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. So you matter, you're worthy. You are deserving of heaven. FAITH. Believe in yourself. Never get discouraged because the enemy gonna try to discourage you. Never get discouraged because the devil gonna try to stop you. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Never give up on yourself. One, two, three. I made it through a week. Hi. Hi. I made it through another week. Hey. How? Hi to the genuine ones with no messages. I hope all is well in your end. I'm peace. I bring peace. Love yourself. Gotta go. Stop the violence. You matter. You're worthy. Gotta go. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. I truly hope all is well on your end. And I say that respectfully. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, but you matter, you're worthy. When you actually understand the fact of actually healing the goal within, it's going to traumatize someone's vision at the end of the day because they behind closed doors trying to discourage you with their own pain, lack of self-control because they don't understand their own discipline, how they got to take a hate group. Folks try to discourage you to hate on you at the end of the day with malicious intentions. Hold on one second. When it came to gang stalking, they try to paint you up to be the villain in their story, all because your story was actually added when it come to making sense. Hold on one second. Being relatable to someone that actually sees you at the end of the day, not as the villain of someone's story, that energy is different. Because when you was online, regardless to hold on one second, was customer service or not at the end of the day, or when you was going from point A to Z, someone was beside you, behind you, or whatever the case may be, whatever they had going on, acting like they trying to have small talk, only line you have to do you wrong, how this type of stuff actually happens when it come to gang stalking, or because you believe in faith that makes someone feels uncomfortable, then you'd have to project pain, hard and hope at the end of the day, becoming your best self, vision of yourself. They would never understand we wasn't the same. No, I have to check that. I fall from a hater. No, for real, for real. I'm my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. It was more so small talk, but the disrespect was more loud at the end of the day. But it didn't discourage you because someone was projecting insecurities at the end of the day. Someone sees you becoming your best self, vision of yourself, maturing, actually maintain the smell. You didn't have to get physical, far from boring at the end of the day when someone trying to kick you down, call you a lame, but you didn't have excuse. At the end, they understand motivation is different. Wasn't in competition with your neighbor when they couldn't understand their own reflection. Loving yourself, to better yourself, that energy is different. Healing a mindset they can relate to. Hold on one second. That was God's vision. I believe in faith when they couldn't relate to me. It wasn't competition. They still disrespected me. No, they did. They still disrespected me, but I still chose me. That energy is different. It would make someone make you feel like you got to shake in your boots because they wanted to make you feel uncomfortable and they wanted to choose you. Because they didn't want you to choose you. They want you to be in a mindset of living in fear. How you got your next door neighbor, different tags bracket, watching your every move, projecting fear. It didn't matter if it was a person with a low IQ score or not. An addict, a sex worker, hold on one second, that couple with malicious that on someone's child at the end of the day. Oh, hold on one second, that elderly person. How someone actually didn't believe in themselves when it came to their own dreams, but they see that you got your own priorities together. Regardless of the end of the day, you had a couple of visions at the end of the day. You got discouraged, but who wouldn't have God picked you for all the right reasons to understand your potential is different? Oh my God, let me slow down. It's the check on always in yourself. Healing trauma and pain ain't a race. It's not. It's the part where they call you weak. How you got your shoulder on your sleeve. Because they quick to dish you, disrespect you, only realize your tax brackets wasn't the same. And it was their own issue. You knew how to love yourself even days when you was on an empty stomach. They would never understand the even exchange, praying to go within, asking God for better days ahead. It was never pretending at the end of the day. All the excuse that folks had at the end of the day. So I love you, I got your back, I'm respecting you, I'm being loyal to you. Only because they wanted to sort you out your free will when it come to your mental health. And the trick on me, how did that happen? I don't know. Always be yourself with no misintentions. Gang stalking is real. You could go from point A to Z and folks be acting like they having a whole conversation with you only to realize the hold on 1 second. They try to make sure they got eye contact. When they go back to hold on 1 second, the person that's actually dozing them around to actually realize the hold on 1 second, how you made yourself frown. It be the trend of thought for me, how you got a low IQ score. Would you want someone to project that mindset on you at the end of the day, gang stalking you when you mind your business? It be the trend of thought for me, how these chicks and dudes be operating for a couple of dollars only to hold on 1 second. I wouldn't want someone to do that to my baby, because you know certain folks at the end of the day, when you don't go their way at the end of the day, they quit the shortchange of your growth when it comes to your mental. And then hold on 1 second, I was wrong for speaking a truth teller, because hold on 1 second, keeping the real stay 6 feet apart from me.
No, it's a trick of me. Oh, it be a self anomalous. No, for real.
You know, it may not make sense to the average person, but gang stalking is real. It doesn't matter what environment that you're in at the end of the day. How individuals will pay certain people when you're online, minding your business. Don't matter if you're in customer service or not, just minding your business in your own lane. How folks got to make sure at the end of the day, oh, you had a black jacket on, or you had them Timbs on, or you had that on. That's what I saw. They walked up the crib, but at the end of the day, let me know where they going from point A to Z so I can project at the end of the day. I got their time frame down pat when they come back into the house at the end of the day, so I can make sure at the end of the day I said I did that spell work in a toxic way. You know, because people be playing with spell work in a toxic way, doing come to me spells, all types of weird shit. But I never knew it was a crumb at the end of the day to go get some fresh air. Really was trying to catch a case.
No, for real, we ain't the same, you fucking hater. I said what I said. I gotta go.
You know, always be yourself and moments of attention. I may be whacking corny to the average person, but I would never hurt myself regardless of who's gang stalking me. And I say that respectfully. Folks be hiding, pretending, hold on 1 second. You be so surprised when they mask fell off. They be smiling ear to ear at the end of the day to try to project fear in you, but we ain't the same. The last person you second they free, but at the end of the day, you ain't catch the case, but hold on 1 second. God saw what you was doing behind closed doors, and that karmic energy is different. Bothering a child of God, the innocent, when they actually understood potential is different. How you was gang stalking, monitoring their every move, because they understood at the end of the day was far from the fool. They understood to love themselves, to pour into themselves. They was in God for guidance when it come to better days ahead. That you don't understand their own tools.
You know, you didn't understand someone too, because it wasn't for you, stupid. It's the trick of me. Mind your business.
You know, a little birdie in the background talking about, I think somebody got a couple of dollars at the end of the day. That's blackmail them. That's blackmail them, rob them, paint them out to be the villain at the end of the day, drag them from right to left, only rest to hold on 1 second. They confidence, they actually know how to speak up for themselves, but we're going to project spoke in a toxic way so they won't speak, only rest to hold on 1 second. You didn't understand that we all didn't pray the same. What happened to you, neighbor? Projecting your own pain. How this type of stuff actually happens when witches and warlocks get together. You know, that karmic reader, whatever the case may be, or that neighbor that got lack self-control when it come to discipline. You know, they in-betweens, how they mindset, how was a child at the end of the day. They was always in the mindset having fear because someone understood their reality, you know, not to be scared. It be the trend of thought for me in their own skin, how that shadow work is real. You know, you got to do the actual work at the end of the day. You can't destiny swipe with an innocent person. Are you stupid? Let alone a child of God. Hold on 1 second. You would never understand someone's true reflection. Walking the day in someone's shoes, at the end of the day, you wouldn't be capable to understand what you truly about to overcome at the end of the day. Because hold on 1 second, those tools wasn't for you.
No, it's a trade on me, not same size. It's trade on me. You can have the same size as someone all day long.
But walking their journey, you will never understand how they truly strong. You know, my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Because gang stalking is real. I don't live in fear regardless to what man, woman, child, or elderly is threatening my life, or who's blackmailing me, or who's monitoring my every move. You know, they signal each other when it come to gang stalking, monitoring your every move. When you get back on the block at the end of the day, they try to paint you mentally unstable when you're capable of loving yourself, to understand the whole on 1 second. Yeah, but mom's imposter didn't say I love me. But it's okay at the end of the day, I still found me. That energy is different because folks squip it down. They quit to throw that in your face and kick you down. Hold on 1 second. If I ain't choose me at the end of the day, I see why you would want to talk about me.
No, it's the trade on, but I told you, stupid, and you still talking. It's the trade on for me.
Just because the last person projection was different when it comes to their reaction. Because someone didn't have the strength to become their best self version of themselves. Because you had to dibble and dab with Max talking about you around, but you're nothing but a weak ass bitch. It be the trend of thought for me. How you gaining off of somebody because you energy harvesting. But you talk about you got potential, but you a ruin, but you really weak at the end of the day with no soul. It be the trend of thought for me. What happened to your confidence? You talking about you a ruin, but you don't understand to stay in your lane. How God truly shows you at the end of the day. Leave her child alone, leave his child alone. But you like God not real at the end of the day. Because ain't nobody room for somebody at the end of the day because you behind closed doors trying to dim somebody's light when they ain't trying to catch a case. How this type of stuff actually happens. You don't gotta know somebody at the end of the day for someone to try to ruin your image. I was just thinking just a couple of hours ago. They said don't let nobody trick you out of your spot. Hold on 1 second. Blessing, not God's rejection. It was the blessing to yourself. So if God is giving you your anointings, when it comes to authenticity, can nobody trick you out your spot? Because when the right people see you, that clarity hits different. At the end of the day, they was far from haters, didn't have to pretend. It be the train of thought for me, because everybody's not going to be woke when it comes to growth. But when the right people actually respect you, at the end of the day, God should allow you to see why you woke. How God allowed you to see why certain doors in your life was closed for all the right reasons. They said the grass ain't green on the other side, but someone truly didn't have to pretend when they actually respect you, didn't look at you like competition.
No other trade over me. No, for real, for real.
Always be yourself. Loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. It's not. Never give up on yourself because someone discouraged you or is trying to discourage you. Never allow a group of individuals that are gang stalking you dim your light. When it comes to gang stalking, they monitor your every move from point A to Z. They monitor your device, your accounts, your emails. They hack your accounts, your emails, your devices, your mail, your packages. They even reroute your phone calls, your packages, your mail. They would even act like you had a conversation. They would even act like you received your mail, your packages the day when you never did. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to gang stalking. And I say that respectfully. Individual probably try to pursue you when it comes to a job description, or when it comes to the love department, or when it comes to just having a new fresh conversation with someone with intelligence or common sense. They would try to project spell work on an illusion on somebody at the end of the day so someone won't see you in the light, or they will be behind the scenes and telling all these narratives about you at the end of the day, instead of having common sense and staying in a lane and letting someone get to know them for themselves at the end of the day. How this type of stuff actually happens. I may not make sense to the average person, that's okay. And the most disgusting thing about gang stalking at the end of the day, individuals will act like they know you or had a conversation with you just to blackmail you against you or to ruin your reputation. Like when you get on the phone with customer service, you be so surprised that these fools behind the closed doors at the end of the day only to pretend to be customer service. It be the train of thought for me, talking about you not woke when you understand growth. It's different. Wasn't a competition with your name because it wasn't a hesitation. Being authentic. Reading from your past, it wasn't your reflection. That energy is different. We all ain't the same when it comes to confidence. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. Regardless of who's gang stalking me, or who's blackmailing me, or monitoring my every move at the end of the day, or who's behind the scenes that's willing to bring harm or rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or project a hate crime towards me, or make me homeless in the day, I put everything in my heavenly mother, Father God's hands, and I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't need to energy harvest off the next person's energy.
No, it's the trade though. We are not the same, stupid. No, for real, for real.
Chicks and dudes talk about they so real, but they forgot to take a chance on actually loving themselves to actually hell. They sneak diss you, disrespect you, say that you mentally unstable, but hold on 1 second. It didn't matter about your functions when it come to your pockets, and I say that respectfully, because it doesn't matter if you got a high OQ score. It don't matter what director at the end of the day showed you how to be discovered. It don't matter at the end of the day what college degree that you have, or whatever education you got behind your back. At the end of the day, when it come to hold on 1 second, think you got common sense. You out here dibbling dab with magic and spell work, kicking the next person down who got potential. You not understanding how they found balance made you your own issue. Or because someone understood, hold on 1 second, elevation is different. I'm willing to choose me when you overlook me. It be the train of thought for me. How you chase a dream they can't relate to. Confidence.
No, I have to trade me. Always be yourself. All right. I gotta go.
Always be yourself and what's intentions. Gang stalking is real to your household. Individual will act like they know you or had a conversation with you just to blackmail you against you. They will even try to make money off of you, regardless if you're a content creator or not. They will be behind the scenes trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. They will even monitor your every move and say that you ain't got potential, and then try to take credit for God's work, but God restores you every season. They would never understand that, hold on 1 second, you mad at your worthy, never get discouraged by the enemy. Hold on 1 second, the one who got insecurity problems. The devil's real. The devil want to project fear in you. And you don't live in fear. That image is different. We all ain't the same. My content is not everybody, and I say that respectfully.
Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Hi to the genuine ones. Hi. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. They gonna try to discourage you. But L-O-V-E. I love me. Always be yourself. You matter. You're worthy. Naya.
What's up, Peace?
What's today? Wait. I got it. It's December 20th, 2025. Hi. You know we on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. We go live every night at 10:15 p.m. Now I'm a little hoarse today, but I'm gonna be a little better tomorrow. Yeah. I guess they trying to send some spell work over here, but we gonna get together. All right. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. Chasing a dream they can relate to. Confidence, God's granted. You to love yourself. Don't dim your light when you fall from a hater. Wrong and right. Make right. Make yourself a believer. Don't get held up from the past. They gonna try to discourage them your light. Actions speak louder than words when you wanna heal. Yell for rest, not for likes. If you're the cloud chasing the fame. Gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm peace. I bring peace. Gotta go.
I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Entertainment purposes only.
No, that's a traitor over me. You've been minding your business.
And you realize at the end of the day, not only did I have to take a moment to myself to realize I was comfortable with my own skin. Folks would joke at the end of the day, say I'm ugly, not worthy, but hold on one second. Why would I want to judge myself, reject myself? Because someone doesn't understand that intuition starts within. Unconditional love was balanced. Smiling, a mile away. Got certain folks in they trust issues when it come to their own fame, because hold on one second, everybody's a little celebrity in their own special way, and especially when you're a child of God, at the end of the day, you're going to always be the star. They would never understand at the end of the day, never allow the enemy or the devil to discourage you. I may not make sense to the average person, but when they see you from a mile away, maintaining a smile, fixing your crown, they would try to kick you down. It'd be the train of thought for me, how toxic behavior became the norm for someone to do you wrong, but God don't like ugly. God allowed you to see why the devil was trying to stop you, discourage the end of the day, but God shows you the proper knowledge to love yourself. Hold on one second, being your biggest cheerleader, they would never understand how God allowed you to see that you are worthy. That ain't just different. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everybody.
No, it's the trick on the entertainment purpose only. You've been minding your business with the mind your business, want to help somebody, you realize, you know what, I fall back from helping people. No, it's the trick on me. No. It's one thing, helping somebody when they're time in need or whatever the case may be. You ever decide to see somebody holding the door fine, no problem, whatever the case may be. But this fool decided to say, whatever change you get back or whatever the case may be, when you break your bill, can I have the rest of it? No, that's the trade. You mean to tell me I gotta give you $80, stupid? No. I didn't sign up for this today. I could buy you something, he give you something to drink. What else do you need? Besides everything else in the day, I can't help you right now. No, it's a trade for me. At least I'm actually if you want some food or something to drink, it's a trade for me. This fool want the whole fucking $80. Hold on one second. You expensive. No, the trade over me. And only about to hold on one second.
How this type of stuff actually happens. How someone is asking for a couple of dollars, only to reinvite what they trained to throw. All it was trying to do is see how smart you was to actually, hold on one second, try to dim your light. Because when it comes to gang stalking, you be so surprised who they send to project fear in you at the end of the day. Because all you hear is a whole bunch of BITCH. You dyke this, you dyke that, or whatever the case may be. Like, hold on one second. I was trying to help you. It be the train of thought for me. I don't need your help, you BITCH. It be the train of thought for me. Like, damn. Being nice to people nowadays at the end of the day. They would say that you're the problem because you speak up for yourself in the most healthiest way. They say all help ain't good help, but hold on one second, God saw what you did in the most unhealthiest way. When God revealed the devil and God allowed you to see why you were standing before yourself today to help your neighbor. Never get discouraged or hurt yourself with words because you try to help somebody when you wasn't trying to hurt them because they overlooked you because of their conscience ain't the same. How the same stuff actually happens. How you can help somebody good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And because their approach is different, they rather disrespect you because they don't know how to conduct orderly conversation with another human at the end of the day. And when you know how to deal with certain individuals, regardless of what they're going through mentally, emotionally, if they're unstable or not at the end of the day, when you know how to respect your neighbor, that energy is different. And I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to give a helping hand to somebody. And sometimes when people ask you for favors at the end of the day, you'd be surprised that they're doing it with malicious intentions. Because individual energy harvest off your energy, try to destiny swipe at you, project spell work towards you, or send confusion in your life, or even be part of the gang stalking group. How this type of stuff actually happens. Because when it comes to gang stalking and monitoring spirits, people astral traveling, invading your space at the end of the day, because the people in the background quit to say that you're mentally unstable. If you're so mentally unstable, why are you energy harvesting off someone's energy? Why are you making money off of someone at the end of the day, and then you sit there and say they stupid, slow, and retarded, they BITCH, ain't nobody gonna believe them? How you got a whole community at the end of the day making money off of one person, but then you sit there and say that someone is slow, stupid, and retarded. But every chance that you get, you're monitoring their every move. You're monitoring from they go from point A to Z. You're paying this person, paying that person, paying this person, paying that person to monitor someone's every move, or even project fear in somebody, or even pay someone to be mentally unstable at the end of the day, all because you want to control the narrative. How this type of stuff actually happens. No mother or father or guardian should lose a child due to someone's insecurity, due to someone's jealousy, envy, or hate, or someone doesn't want someone to prosper in life. Someone says you think you're better than somebody, but you so at peace with yourself at the end of the day. Someone dismissed you out of their life. They wasn't running from their reflection, let alone they past the end of the day when it comes to maturing. But you didn't want someone to be in a healthy relationship. You didn't want someone to have that job opportunity because you know how a person actually operates. Because individuals do that. When someone knows how much of a good person that you are when it comes to being a lover, a friend, a sister, a brother, or just know how to show up for people good day, bad day, and misunderstand day, even your sick days, you'd be surprised. People in the background that do you so dirty, that's plotting to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, at the end of the day, or have a hate group towards you, will project this mindset of hate and envy and put in little birdie air at the end of the day to paint you to be mentally unstable, to paint you to be crazy, to paint you to be something that you're not at the end of the day, because they want to control the narrative. They want to say so much negative things about you because, hold on one second, you authentic. You never switched up when it came to your story. Didn't have to pretend to be authentic. You knew how to respect your neighbor good day, bad day, misunderstanding days. Even when folks was telling lies about your name at the end of the day, know how to take accountability for your action. Wasn't running from your reflection. That energy is different. No mother and father should be in the middle of a homicide. No mother or father should be in the middle of domestic violence because someone lacks self-control, or a hate group at the end of the day. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You sit there and tell somebody's child that they a bum, they this, they that. If they're such a this at the end of the day, why are you monitoring, keep up their every move, and then you want to energy harvest with their energy? Then you want to project spell work towards them. But you say at the end of the day, they're nobody.
No, that's the truth of me. You a weird son of a bitch. I gotta go.
No mother or father, regardless of if they're separated or not at the end of the day, and regardless if they came from poverty or pain at the end of the day, should have to be in the middle of losing a child because someone's lack of self-control, because someone's a bully. Someone picks and chooses who they want to bully, a man or a woman or whoever this individual is at the end of the day. They see somebody could be a Papa loner or not. Someone minds their business. Someone respects their boundaries. Someone understands their intuition. Everybody is different at the end of the day. And certain individuals will plot on certain people. It doesn't matter if you're financially stable or not. You could just be put together properly, regardless if you came from poverty and pain. And you could probably just have 75 cents, nickel, just 75 cents rubbed together. And you just flip that 75 cents at the end of the day to $10. However you did it at the end of the day. And someone will never understand that how you became a provider for yourself. Because when it comes to struggling, everybody started somewhere. And the next person at the end of the day, they don't want you to prosper. They don't want it to be you, to make nothing out of something. How this type of stuff actually happens. How individuals went from having 75 cents to 15 sit in their pocket. Using they didn't have no tools besides God's intuition, besides God's skills. And they didn't abuse God's skills. They didn't abuse God's talents. They didn't abuse what God gave them when it comes to motivation. And because someone didn't have to beg this person, beg that person, or to be in the it group,
or the hate group, or the jealousy and envy group, the ones that's got insecurity problems, or the bully, the haters at the end of the day. They didn't want to fit in. They wasn't meant to fit in. And because they didn't sit with certain individuals and they didn't have conversations with certain individuals, they looked at this person at the end of the day, they thought they was better than somebody. Oh, you believe in God, so I'm going to tear you and strip you away from what you believe in. I'm going to strip you away from your gifts. I'm going to strip you away from elevating and prosper so you won't elevate. I'm going to put you in a mindset at the end of the day being your own worst prisoner. Why would you do that? Matter of fact, be people that be plotting, right? Want you to be homeless. So they know certain people that work at certain departments or whatever the case may be, or they go to that witch, that warlock, or that tarot reader, that karmic, or that voodoo witch doctor, or whatever the case may be. You put a name in your book, whatever your spirituality is, or what you ever overcame, or what you're dealing with today. How individuals will project this mindset at the end of the day, project it on you when it comes to spell work. Because they don't want you to better yourself when it comes to your worth. You know how to ground yourself to understand that, hold on one second, you do got potential. Never get discovered because someone wants to shortchange you. How this type of stuff actually happens. I don't dibble and dab with spell work, magic, voodoo, witchcraft, or whatever the case may be. And I'm far from a hater. I don't energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. And I say that respectfully. How an individual be so insecure or jealous of envy at the end of the day, they will sit there and say that you ain't got potential. But this whole entire time, they've been monitoring your every move. But they can't be you because it's only one you. So never get discouraged because someone is projecting on you. Never stop choosing yourself to pour into yourself. Never stop loving yourself. Never stop finding balance within. Never stop making sure at the end of the day to check in with you. That you are worthy because someone wants to discourage you. My content is not everybody. Individual will take your kindness or weakness and disrespect you. And then as soon as you speak up for yourself, now you're wrong. How individuals hack your device, your accounts, your emails, monitor your mail, your packages, reroute your phone calls or your emails or whatever the case may be, and then try to paint you out to be the villain of their story. Now they want to make sure that you're quiet and shut up at the end of the day, so now nobody else hears you at the end of the day, and you never had to say nobody's name, but damn, a guilty conscience, damn, said a whole lot. Because when God reveals the devil, low and the enemy, the energy is different. I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, entertainment purpose only.
Now, that's a trait over. You ever been minding your business with the minding your business?
You ever went on a date? No, that's a trait though for me. Going on a date nowadays, it's hard to come across someone with common sense. No, for real. You mean to tell me you just saw my looks? You mean to tell me that you had nothing to say?
Oh. What the fuck kind of date is that? It's a trait over me. How the fuck I'm supposed to get to know you, stupid?
Your looks ain't gonna get you by so fucking far.
No, that's a trait over me. I never understood this shit at the end of the day.
No, for real. A motherfucker will be so invested into you. Oh, hey. How you doing? You look good. All right, that's cool and all that, whatever things may be, but damn. You mean to tell me you can't hold a conversation? God, just make sure I get out this situation safe.
No, it's the trend though. When you start praying with the prayer, thank you, take the well.
My content is not for everyone. I may not be entertained as the average person. And that's okay because my content is not for everyone. Chicks and dudes be like, why him, why her? What they got better than me at the end? I got more of a swag than them. Only was to hold on 1 second. Our weather was in the storm when it comes to a disaster. Trauma and pain, they would never understand what it took for you to politic to go with and understand that hold on 1 second. You wasn't dancing with the devil alone, shaking their hand. It'd be the trend of thought for me. How folks was quick and choose and pick and choose. Yeah, you a bully, but hold on 1 second. Yeah, you a bully, all right. Chicks and dudes will see with potential. They would be like, why you at the end of the day? Why did God love you so much? What happened to me? Or why you got so much personality at the end of the day? Folks just love you. And you just move accordingly. You ain't got to dibble and dab with spoke and match. At the end of the day, you know, folks be looking on the outside trying to look in, but trying to realize the hold on 1 second they can't compare. Hold on 1 second when it come to your vibration level, high vibration will bother someone's mental health. So they got to sneak this, you disrespect you with spoke and magic. At the end of the day, try to cause chaos and confusion in your life. At the end of the day, how this type of stuff actually happens when you ain't your own bad habit. They would never understand what you overcame when they come to find a peace within balance, allowed you to change and realize the hold on 1 second. I wasn't in competition with a hater in the most unhealthiest way. I was in competition with a hater in the most healthiest way. I wasn't in competition with a hater. No. The most healthiest way. No. But this type of stuff actually happens. How chicks and dudes see you like, damn, you not above average. So they gotta sneak this you with their hate group at the end of the day. You see what they wearing today. They a weak, they bum, they this, they that. They ain't got potential. First of all, they ain't got no bars. It'd be the chain of thought for me when it come to your scars. How you overcame the hill of pain at the end of the day. Wasn't projected on your neighbor. Hold on, I said they would never understand. We don't pray the same. No, at the church don't be no for real. We don't pray the same. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. My content is not for everybody. Entertainment purpose only. Now, here's the trade though. You ever mind your business with the mind your business? You ever came across one of them tarot readers, whatever the case may be, them karmic ass readers? That's the trade though. When you know they fake. Hello. Ah. You ever came across one of them people with them there? They want to participate and say, you know what? You know, your twin flame, your soulmate, they so sick. Love sick when it comes to you. They can't wait to get close to you. No, it's not Jay. What the fuck you talking about? I've been like 4, 5, 6, 10 years now. What the fuck? I just trade on me. You still with the same bored ass line. Get your shit together. It's a trade on me. You know when these motherfuckers start talking about love and shit, you realize, hold on 1 second. You mean to tell me you the one preaching about love, but you the one that's the abusive? You want to be out here hurting people? What the fuck wrong with your stupid ass? It's a trade on me. You ever got on the phone with a karmic reader at the end of the day, a tarot reader? They like, oh, you know, love is so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love so beautiful, beautiful. No, that's a trade on me. And you mean to tell me you can't even hold a fucking conversation when it comes to love at all? You want to hurt people? Oh, shit, what the fuck? You know, individuals inside of a certain bullshit at the end of the day. You know, my conscience is everybody that's okay. You know, love is real, love is one of a kind with the right one that's truly for you. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Poetry, my swag at the end of the day. You know, you was charming when it come to your love. Someone understood at the end of the day why you truly believed in love. You know, someone wasn't misleading you with pain. Someone trying to dibble and dab with sport that realized, hold on 1 second, y'all was on even page. That was on an even exchange when it came to the page. You know, motivation when it comes to confidence, being emotionally intelligent, you know, available, who would have at the end of the day, someone's trying to project pain, someone bringing peace to your life made you feel like the hold on 1 second. It's okay to heal, to go with it, understand the hold on 1 second. Someone truly sees you, the whether it's something they come relate to your past, hold on 1 second. Only when actions spoke louder than words. When someone truly allows you to feel that hold on 1 second, someone can keep it real with you. You know, someone fixing your crown to maintain your smile. You know, when the world try to kick you down, discourage you in a toxic way, dibble and dab with spoken magic, hold on 1 second. Who wouldn't let you be on a divine time and hold on 1 second? True love hits different. Someone being patient with you. True love wasn't competition, let alone someone disrespecting you. You know, having a hand problem, misleading you wrong. They wasn't trying to discourage you, besides show off you at the end of the day being your biggest cheerleader up close in person behind closed doors. That energy is different when it comes to confidence. You came out your comfort zone when it comes to maturing. Who knew at the end of the day, someone who show you at the end of the day it's okay to be emotionally intelligent. You know, someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments, the energy is different. Who knew at the end of the day? True love was never for likes. If you was a cloud chasing the fame, let alone someone praying on you, against you, you know, playing with sport to get your time in day. That wasn't real love. Only with us, hold on 1 second. Actions spoke louder than words, regardless of keeping poverty and pain. The love of your life was on your same page with you. Only with us, hold on 1 second. Even when you get lost in your words, you gain the love of a best friend, a business partner. Someone sees you, hears you, respects you. You know, someone truly gives you butterflies on the inside. It shows on the outside. You maintain your smile, not shy. No, it's a trick. Only for yourself and no Melissa says, I gotta go. You know, loving yourself is not a crime. You know, no mother or father should ever be stripped away from their child because someone's lack of self-control. Because someone wants to control the narrative of mother and father, that they're neglectful, they're not worthy as parents. They want to make a mother and father miserable. But when a mother and father knows how to show up good day, bad day, misunderstand day, they was never doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. And it's just different. No mother or father should be stripped away from their child, regardless to what the circumstances is. And especially when a mother and father is not a neglectful parent. And when a mother and father knows how to provide and pray for their child and respect their child. You know, when a mother and father
shows up, it's not them being their child's friend. It's that child knowing they have a safe place, especially when the world's against them. It's a train of thought for me because not everybody is meant to be part of your journey. You know, my content is not for everybody. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You mad and you're worthy. I would never hurt myself regardless who's monitoring my every move, gang stalking me, and who's willing to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always have since day one. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I go live on YouTube every night at 10:15 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to blackmail me against me. And I do not live in fear, and I say respectfully. We all don't pray the same, and I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. It's not a crime to be authentic. Never allow someone to get you in a mindset of being discouraged. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Never allow a man or woman to threaten your life. That's monitoring your every move or put you part of a hate group at the end of the day, or got you in a mindset of wanting to live in fear, or took your kindness or weakness and said that nobody's going to ever believe you because they're able to control the narrative when it comes to abusing you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially at the end of the day. How this type of stuff actually happens. Never allow someone's rejection dim your light because they don't understand their own boundaries, they in their lane. Because when someone is truly not for you,
You keep it pushing it. You fall from a hater. No, that's the trade off for me. No, for real, for real.
today is currently December 20th, 2025. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. There's no third party when it comes to my creativity, and I say that respectfully. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, individuals act like they had a conversation with you at the end of the day. Or even if you did send somebody a message one time at the end of the day, the way technology is today, they will prolong it and make it seem like that y'all knew each other for years and y'all was on the same page and all types of stuff. How this type of stuff actually happens. Never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person. Never feel wrong for reaching out to the wrong person because God sees everything. I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When it comes to gang stalking, they monitor your device, your accounts, your emails. They hack your mail, your devices, your accounts, your emails. They monitor your phone calls. They monitor your moves. They even would try to project what you've been through from your past, regardless if it was a lie or not at the end of the day, to try to disrespect you. No, they do disrespect you. And they would try to paint you out to be the villain of someone else's story, regardless if it's a lie or not at the end of the day. They want to humiliate you. But when you don't run from your past, that energy is different. You know, my content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real to your household. Individuals will try to blackmail with your own documentations. They will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, make you homeless, and try to paint you up to be at the end of the day that you're not worthy of choosing yourself. Never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. When you put it in God's hands, that motivation is different, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I am far from a hater. I know how to give respect when it's due. I know how to give flowers when it's due. And it was never for likes and views or clout chasing, because I ain't that type of person.
Hello, we are all not the same. No, for real. When you know, you know. If you ever had a conversation with me, hello, gotta go.
To the genuine ones only. Protect your energy. Protect you and your family. Stay safe. You mad and you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. Nobody helps me with my ideas, and they never did. My Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God. And I do not live in fear regardless of who's plotting against me or monitoring my every move or who's willing to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real to your household. They would try to make you feel like you're invisible, that you're not worthy. They would paint people. They would make people look at you like you're crazy, like something wrong with you. But God knows the truth. That's why God not giving up on you. God allows you to end the day. Never overlook you, and I say that respectfully. You know, healing childhood trauma going into your adulthood is not an overnight process, and it's not a race. But to the genuine ones, they don't know how to love you, respect you, protect you, meet you halfway, or show you that you was worthy. You poured into the wrong cup. But when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hate you, respect you. I don't push God on nobody, and I say that respectfully. But when God sends the right people into your life, they fall from haters. They don't look at you like competition. They're not trying to outdo you better than you at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully.
They hack their body weight and their shoe size. The majority is different. It wasn't for clout or like views at the end of the day. To have malicious attention, someone truly cheering you on, didn't have to do you wrong at the end of the day. The energy is different. Having a heart on your sleeve, they would never understand how they said the grass is truly green on the other side when folks didn't have to pretend, actually cheering you on. Hold on a second, up close in person, behind closed doors. The elevation is different. You know, my content is not for everybody. I would never hurt myself regardless of who's gang stalking me or who's trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater and I'm far from a catfish. And I say that respectfully. I am still healing from a hate crime that was done to me. Anybody that ever dealt with a hate crime or being spiritually attacked at the end of the day because of someone's low IQ score, never allow that to dim your light. See what I say? Gang stalking is real. How individuals never allow someone to dim your light. When it comes to someone sending you spell work and magic or whatever the case may be, never allow that to stop you from loving yourself or pouring into yourself. And I say that respectfully. It's currently December 2025 and it's currently 10:55 p.m. And I say this respectfully. Gang stalking is real. How individuals, if you're a content creator or now or entrepreneur, never get discouraged because individuals that don't want you to pursue, choosing you or, understanding your faith at the end of the day, never allow someone because they know individuals that work in different tax brackets or behind the scenes when it comes to certain things discourage you because someone is paying somebody off or someone gained hate for you or someone don't want you to prosper in life or they don't want you to take their spot, but you don't want their spot. Never allow that to stop you from choosing you. Because when the right people are for you, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they don't look at you like competition, and they don't dibble and dab with spell or magic or voodoo or witchcraft at the end of the day to kick you down. Because when someone is truly not for you, you keep it pushing, stupid. It's the Trey on me. Thank you, no thank you. Have a good day, dumbass. I gotta go. Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from a hate, I stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you. Far from a hate, I stop the violence in the community. It's currently 10:56 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless who's gang stalking me, and I say that respectfully. You don't gotta say individuals' names for someone to feel, hold on 1 second, they talking about me. No, I have to trade them, you stupid son of a bitch. Leave innocent people alone. Hello. Gang stalking is real. Individual wants you to shortchange your own self so they don't gotta do it themselves. Individual wants you to be in the mindset of living in fear. Individual will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, but never live in fear or give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. They're going to try to tear you apart in the most unhealthiest way. But when you got God in your life, that energy is different because God wasn't a mistake. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one, regardless who's in the background trying to do whatever they do. No, the trade on me. I'm always be nice and respect. Here's the trade on me. I gotta go. Always be yourself. I'm far from a hater. When it comes to my creativity, ideas, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. I always been like that since day one when I started my Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I may not be entertaining to the average person, but my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Fall from a hater, neighbor ain't the same. It be the train of thought for me how you projecting your own pain, but I still not respect my neighbor. Be the train of thought for me how folks disrespect you, want you to be crash out. They waiting for your downfall, but God's allowed you to see while God elevating you. Only was to hold on 1 second. You understood the assignment, understanding your process, loving yourself, to better yourself, never damn your life. It was never felt like if you was a cloud chasing a fan. They would never understand that God was never for sale. When you should be keeping it real. I gotta go. Always be yourself. No, for real, I gotta go. Always be yourself, and I say respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I always do. It's no third party, and it never has been. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Individuals see that you have potential, and they will make sure at the end of the day that you don't pursue choosing you, but never get discouraged. And I say that respectfully. We all don't attract the same people. It be the same thought for me. So the folks that truly feel at the end of the day, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. Always be yourself. Stop the violence. Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. Peace and respect, self-respect, so they better Lord. You better damn your life. Don't go there, damn your life. Stop the violence. I gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. I would never hurt myself. I am not a sex worker or an addict.
regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. Be safe. Gotta go.
And the Trey told me, only be yourself with no molesters. I gotta go.